Are you a speaker, a business networker, or a podcaster who would like to be interviewed about your life as an entrepreneur? Whatever your story is, we want to know about it. Welcome to our inaugural meeting of the Instant Podcasting Power Hour Orientation Masterclass. So you can learn about the exciting vision that we have in store for you, where you can learn business networking follow-up by being interviewed or learning to interview other people and create an instant podcast or a big picture podcast to take your business to a higher level. Now, note, this is not a networking event. Rather, this is a companion masterclass about both networking and follow-upping, as I call it, with our instant podcasting interviews for our cross-group networking events. So please, when you are here in a masterclass, do not use the chat box as you would in a regular networking event. Rather, this is a masterclass, and I need it to keep that clear for training. So unless you specifically are asked by me to put something into the chat box, please don't do it until I ask you to. We expect that many of you do have a 60-second elevator pitch, and that is where we probably will start. So I can learn about who you are and where you are in your networking journey, because what we want to do is take you with instant podcasting interviews to Podcaster's Paradise. Now, I don't own Podcaster's Paradise. That's owned by the great John Lee Dumas, who you see in the upper right-hand corner of our Meet the Who's Who of the Video Evolution. I want to tell you about it. I want to share it with you. It is the vision that I totally believe we can help you get to, where you can succeed in business networking with it. I am the host of a national radio show called New Money Radio, and we are broadcasting that on over 500 AM, FM radio stations on Sports Byline USA. Sports Byline is a radio syndication company I helped start about 30 years ago, because I used to be with NBC Sports in New York, and I travel on the road about 45 weeks a year, and I covered many of the national sporting events, including about 18 to 20 PGA golf tournaments every year. In fact, PGA awarded me a permanent lifetime brass press pass. So I can go to any PGA tournament for free as a lifetime press member to cover PGA tournaments. So I'm so happy that you are joining me here to be interviewed, because it's going to be so much fun with what the instant podcasting interviews have done. It really has allowed me to use my value comparison marketing, my value comparison networking now, to help you to understand how to compare what you have to offer to other things, so that people can really see the value in it. Now, by doing that, I was able to take one of my clients who was a self-described miserable failure and who had actually spent over $100,000 and had not had one single sale. That's why he came to me and called himself a miserable failure. Well, by applying his value comparison marketing into his sales pitch, I was able to turn his company completely around from a miserable failure to get this a $200 million success from failure story. Okay, guys, this is a great spot to take a break, pause this video, and go register for more. Right now, go to crossgroupnetworking.com and fill in the form. That's the only way I can update you with more and more about how you can succeed with instant podcasting. Register right now, and then we'll continue with more. All right, my friends, I hope you registered on Cross Group Networking so that we can stay in touch with so many great stories and tips about instant podcasting to help you to grow your business. Now, in the last section, we ended it talking about my $200 million success from failure story, and my client, how he used value comparison marketing and storytelling on video. So let's listen to how I interviewed him and the testimonial. Now, he starts off talking about his failures and how we went on and how I helped him turn around his business. He called me the bellows that sparked his fire.
We then tried it again, knowing that we had learned everything we needed to know the first time, and it failed. We happened to meet you at that point in time. We were down with our fulfillment company, and that was, the beginning of a $200 million run.
What would your life be like today if you had quit after those first disastrous tests?
How would you like to make 35 grand a night in your sleep? Because that's what I was doing on a bad night. And on a good night, I was making a couple $100 grand a night. My wife wanted this farm. I just wrote a check to buy the farm. My wife wanted a Lexus. I got a Lexus. Life changes tremendously when you have money. And I'll give you an example. People who need help, you can help. When you want to make a business decision, you want to buy a company, you can buy a company. Time changes. Your kids can go and do what they want to do. I haven't changed much as far as my values or anything else. It's just my ability to touch other people's lives has changed tremendously.
Products don't sell themselves. Isn't it more about the unique selling proposition?
Absolutely. I think it's very, very simple, the analogy of a cleaner versus a restorer. I had a guy look at me saying, how the heck are you going to sell a tile cleaner for $20? The truth is, you don't sell a tile cleaner for $20. You can sell a restorer for $20 because what's it cost to replace a bathtub? A couple $1,000 to rip it out and do all the plumbing and everything else? Before I met you, there was no one that I really had met. You never made me a promise that you couldn't fulfill on. It's great to have a bellows. And you were my bellows. You stoked my fire as far as getting my company and my project off the ground. You introduced me to everybody, and without which the wind would have blown my fire out because time was just working against me. And the fact that you came into my life when you did was that bellows, that there was still a spark left, and I was able to blow that spark into a very big fire and burn the house down. The reality is I did. We've worked really well together for many, many years. And I will give a recommendation to you, one of the best, if not the best out there, if not the only person out there that will hold your hand when it's appropriate and kick you in the butt when you need it and tell you what's real and what's not real. You can't give up and you can't quit when you fail the first time. It's one of those things that when you sit down and look at what you do, you're a fool to try it alone. This is an industry that will eat you up and spit you out no matter how tough you are, and I'm a pretty tough guy when it comes to business. It was eating me up, and the reality is I was about to quit till I met you. I'm the example of tried it before I met you, and I failed twice before I met you. There's a lot to know about the industry. We learned it. It's not that difficult. Most of it's common sense, but not a lot of people have common sense. But if you have a handful of common sense, or a pound of it at least, you can probably do well in this industry.
Okay, guys, this is a great spot to take a break, pause this video, and go register for more. Right now, go to crossgroupnetworking.com and fill in the form. That's the only way I can update you with more and more about how you can succeed with instant podcasting. Register right now, and then we'll continue with more. All right, my friends in commerce, I hope you registered for updates on Cross Group Networking, because if you did, I've got your back. Now, in order to make your journey to financial freedom and fulfillment as much fun as you can possibly make it, my big idea is to model this journey after the PGA. That's after the Professional Golfers Association. I want you to have so much fun on this journey and in cross-group networking events and with follow-up instant podcasting riches that you are going to feel as though you cannot wait for your next big networking event so that you can follow up with instant podcasting on your way to creating your own value comparison marketing for your big idea. My big idea is to follow the leader at the top of the leaderboard. That's what you do in golf. If you want to be a great golfer, you start to model after some great golfers who have made it to the top of the leaderboard, because golf is a great metaphor for networking online and offline in the video evolution. To play golf, you need multiple clubs. You need to play multiple holes in multiple tournaments. And you know what? Sports Illustrated took my picture at the leaderboard at the Masters tournament in Augusta, Georgia, because the leaderboard shows you who is the best. We're going to follow the best with instant podcasting on your journey to podcasting paradise. At the top of our leaderboard is none other than John Lee Dumas, the creator of Podcasting Paradise. And he is absolutely at the top of the leaderboard of the video evolution. So if you register on Cross Group Networking, I'm going to make sure that you learn everything you need to know about John Lee, his wife Kate Erickson, who provides amazing support for Podcasters Paradise, because I want to lead everyone who is capable and interested from wherever you are to the top of your own leaderboard and your own personal podcasting paradise by creating and developing your own big idea, your own value comparison metaphor for who you are and where you have come from and where you want to go to become one of the who's who in the video evolution by following the leaders and modeling after their success. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. And of course, you can't reinvent the game of golf. You need to learn how to play it right. You need a coach. You need a good support team. You need a caddy who will guide you hole by hole all the way to the top of the leaderboard. Now let me show you more about the distribution of my New Money broadcast radio show on Sports Byline USA on over 500 radio stations worldwide, and invite you to join me for both our Instant Podcasting Power Hours and our Cross Group Networking events so that you can begin to play the game of professional networking just like a professional golfer plays golf, with all of the fun, enjoyment, and challenges that a professional golfer has. Here's the president of Sports Byline USA, Darren Peck, talking about the amazing distribution of my New Money radio show.
Hi, everyone. This is Darren Peck, president of Sports Byline USA, and I want to send out my best and congratulate my longtime friend, Mike Hayes. Actually helped launch Sports Byline 30 years ago, and through that time, he's always had his eye on exciting developments in business, in broadcast, in media, and found a way now to tie all that together. We're excited to launch New Money Radio. We'll be sending it out to terrestrial radio, broadcast stations around the U.S., to Sirius and XM, to the American Forces Network around the world, 500 outlets, 168 countries, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, iTunes, Audible, essentially everywhere people are getting their audio from these days. We're there, and New Money Radio will be there. So again, very excited to be working with Mike, and congratulations, all the best from your friends at Sports Byline.
Okay, guys, this is a great spot to take a break, pause this video, and go register for more. Right now, go to crossgroupnetworking.com and fill in the form. That's the only way I can update you with more and more about how you can succeed with instant podcasting. Register right now, and then we'll continue with more.